Namaskar. Hello and welcome to PGurus channel. I'm your host Sree Iyer. Joining me today after a brief hiatus is Sriram Seshadri, and we're going to be talking about a lot of things. Annamalai, for example, is he still going to be going to United Kingdom? Is he going to still remain the party president? What happened there? And as well as the umpteenth relaunch, reboot, whatever you want to call of RaGa. All this and more. Why this now? And does the deep state / whatever you want to call it, Department of State in US, do they feel that having toppled a simple regime like Bangladesh, can they wreak something similar in India also? So for more on all this, let's welcome Sriram Seshadri ji. Sriram ji, namaskar. Welcome to PGurus channel. How are you, sir?
Sir, namaskar, and namaskar to all the PGurus viewers. I'm very well doing, sir. So thank you very much. How are you?
I'm doing well, sir. A request to all of you to please like this video. Sriram ji has some information that perhaps has not reached any of you. This is important. That's all I can tell you, because it reflects a few things that perhaps we have forgotten, because Bangladesh has been front, center, and even behind us right now as Hindus are getting massacred. That's the only word I can put. Some of the videos I'm seeing on Twitter is not censoring at all. Viewers, if you are not on Twitter, you should be. If you have even 1% of political interest, you should be on Twitter. Open your own account and start watching horrific scenes. And these innocent Hindus don't deserve this. This is my 2 cents, humble reading on that. And we'll come back to that a little bit later. Let's first talk about Annamalai. Over to you, Sriram ji. What is happening?
Sir, thank you very much. Like you started, I also start with a prayer for my Hindu brothers and sisters in Bangladesh, right? When Israel started their counter-attack on Palestine, all the liberals said, save Palestine, across the world, including in India. And especially in India, these liberals are just zipped their mouth mum as to what atrocities happening in Bangladesh. It's very, very sad. And then one thing rising out of this is, Hindus in Bangladesh are getting united. They worked for Sheikh Hasina's dethrone, and then they are regretting, and then they are all grouping back. They are not big, formidable force, but at least they are trying to protect themselves. And a lot of people ask me, just at 30 seconds, sir, since you started the topic. A lot of people even, message saying, why is that the government of India cannot intervene? It's very limited that they can, because there's no credible government in place where they can work on a government-to-government, pressure and other arrangements. They can't send their army out to safeguard. Then it becomes a full-scale war, invasion. The third is that they can't open up the border and then allow people, because Rohingyas are just waiting to infiltrate, and Bangladeshi Muslims also will infiltrate. Very difficult for one to judge at this point in time. So, of course, the border is tightened, and then whoever is in the border, I think BSF will take care of protecting them, even though they are all in the Bangladeshi side of things and not crossed to India, but they will protect. But I think very limited can be done. So, of course, agitated has been appointed or consulted. We all hope for Superman, and then the James Bond, not 7 of India. He will do something with the prayers. I just leave it because it's all in the God's hand. But there is a lesson for us to learn. That's all I'm going to talk about it now. Let's go to the topic, sir. Annamalai. See, it's been last 4 weeks or something, or more than 4 weeks, since he said that he is going to Oxford University for his one of the premium, program that he is attending on an international politics course, fellowship program. There is a rumor that has been spreading all over India, including Tamil Nadu, that Annamalai will be replaced and a new state president would come. Of course, the Dravidian stocks who are actually shit scared of him keep spreading this, and the fodder is being fed by the Dravidian BJP within Tamil Nadu. Now, so many people are aspiring for who will be the next, starting from former president of Tamil Nadu BJP to other aspirants. Many of them pitch camp in Delhi to get these things. And the via media option people started talking about is, oh, he is just going to appoint, BJP will appoint an interim president, and then once Annamalai is back, he will take over. There's a third alternative a lot of people are talking about is, maybe a committee will be formed to govern Tamil Nadu BJP. Come on. These are all none of this probably is not going to happen, according to my sources from the central BJP. Of course, Annamalai had given a letter for leave of absence that needed to be approved by the Central High Command. He had given a letter for sure, where he had asked for permission to be away for 4 months, and whatever the Central Command decides, whether it's an interim or it is a committee or even replace him, he was open to it. But the letter was not a resignation letter. It was just a leave of absence, because ideally he has to. It's like an office, right? You go on a long leave, you naturally apply for a leave of absence, and then he has sought this permission, and which was granted to him. And there is a rumor, or there is always an undercurrent that B.L. Santosh was not happy with Annamalai, not because of Tamil Nadu performance or Tamil Nadu politics, but because when he was a deputy observer in Karnataka election, during Karnataka election, Annamalai didn't favor most of the candidates that B.L. Santosh wanted to nominate against Yediyurappa's nominated candidates. So Annamalai judiciously validated the winnability of the candidates and then went for that. I think that is how he did that. So since then, B.L. Santosh probably was unhappy with him, and using this opportunity, there are some rumors that is coming up. My understanding, my sources say very clearly that Modi is against any of the three options: not replacing, no interim state president, no committee to govern. He said manage it remotely. 4 months, nothing is going to, the sky is not going to fall flat. Nothing is going to happen, because there is no by-election, there is no election coming up in Tamil Nadu at this point in time. And remotely, he can always manage the politics, set the narrative, rhetorics, and all those. So probably this confusion kept him away from public life. The second reason why he kept himself away from so many media galore is he realized one thing, which I have been telling in some of the shows also, that he should become dearer to the press, which means he cannot be available at the drop of the hat. You can't just give a press meet in the Coimbatore airport and then land in Chennai. There is another group of press people waiting, and then give a press meet. Within 1 hour, nothing would have changed, right? So media was so much concentrating. And even I have been, talking about this, even in my private conversation, told him that, he should avoid that many press conferences and then, become dearer. I think that's what he did. And that's what, fueled most of these controversies. So my take is he is not going anywhere. At least till 2026, he is not going anywhere. He is going to continue as Tamil Nadu BJP president until such time the Central Command decides otherwise, which will be made public. He is going, that's what I heard, 28th August, if I'm not wrong. I think he is leaving for, or last week of August is what he is leaving for Oxford University to start his, fellowship program. I think that is where the controversy is, Sree Iyer-ji, that I think, it will be put to rest, and most of the aspirants who were trying to sneak in to become a Tamil Nadu party president, and as long as Annamalai is there, I believe that he is going to drive very strongly. Any alliance will be under the aegis of BJP, not otherwise. I think that is also another thing that the Dravidian BJP is getting irked by, that, he's, in spite of some of the losses that suffered in parliament election, I think it is still a best result that BJP could have hoped for in 2024 from Tamil Nadu.
Thank you, sir. One observation that I want to make, from the 31st of July till about 6th of August, I was traveling the rural districts of Tamil Nadu. I would say there are about 28 or 31 districts in Tamil Nadu. Too many, in my opinion. It's not that big a surface area. Still, I think I probably traveled through 10 to 12. And these are mostly northern and central Tamil Nadu and a little bit of Congo also. You know, one thing that I came over with, there is something called subliminal messaging. A subliminal messaging is that even when you have your eyes closed, there is something that is coming and standing in front of your eyes. And you know what that was? The symbol of the parties that were contesting. You know, I was keeping a rough count of how many places I saw the symbols of various parties. Now, what has happened in Tamil Nadu is people are extremely enterprising. I got to tip my hat to the people. They did not waste a single inch of usable wall space on their homes on the main roads. These are main roads, not just like, you know, 4-lane highways. Even a single lane road. I actually got caught in one place where for about 40 kilometers, Sriramji, from Annamalai to Tirutani.
Yeah.
The Uncle Google told us a shortcut. It was a very dangerous shortcut because there was one, it's a single lane. It's a single lane winding its way through plantations and villages. At one point, there was a curve, and on the other side was a full bus. The guy just came barreling down, barely escaped. You know, he screeched his brakes, and we thought, okay. But what I'm trying to say is, even in these small villages, Sriramji, all those walls facing the road, or even, you know, isometric view. Sometimes the house will not be exactly along the road. You can get two walls everywhere. Symbols, political signs, symbols are splattered. Out of 100, I saw 90 houses with DMK symbol, 5 houses ADMK, 3 or something around that PMK, Patali Makkal Katchi, which is a mango. I did not see a single BJP symbol. You know, when Tamiழிசை waxed eloquent, saying that 𝗼𝙼𝗿 𝗤𝙗𝘗 𝗔𝙗, great three words. What that means is that the lotus will rise in Tamil Nadu. Madam, what did you do? You know, these are all very heavily networked things, in my opinion. If you want to go and put your symbol on somebody's wall, you have to talk to them because they can always paint over it. This is their property. So how the heck did these Dravida parties manage to network so much that they can go and put up these symbols? This is subliminal messaging, Sriramji. You wake up in the morning, the cities, there is not much space. You have to look in front of you. You have to develop eyes on the side as well as on the back when you are driving on the road. But think rural. 90% of the vote is rural. Look how well they have done the job. So, Mr. Annamalai, we always are good at giving you unasked for advice. Here is a simple unasked for advice. Tell all of your volunteers at taluk level, at panchayat level, wherever, find out how this process is being made out. Come up with a plan. Can you make them to, you know, say, okay, 1 month you put BJP logo, another month you can use DMK logo, because you will not be able to get rid of DMK so easily. Very, very deep connects. But at least make a difference. Make a beginning. I'm sure out of 10 houses, 1 house will say, I can make money 1 month from DMK and I can make money 1 month from BJP. Start there and have very beautifully stenciled logos. Don't do the hand paint. That's what DMK is doing. In my opinion, that is again a design flaw that you can exploit. I've really put some thought into it, Sriramji, before I'm saying all these things.
Yeah.
You need to do these things. Viewers, also, if the house wall is big in front of the road, right? You know what they've done? They have leased it out to big companies. You know, Ultratech Cement, anything that, you know, this pipes, that generator, this, that. It's a complete usage of available space. I mean, in US, right, they'll tell you, oh, if you want to make some extra money, allow them to erect a cell tower on your house. It's quite safe and they'll give you some money. That is the only thing that I can do in US to make extra money from my house. Here, I mean, I was like, wow, what a usage of the space. But I was just disappointed that I could not see any BJP logo anywhere. So these are all simple things, and you need to start today, because 2 years, it will take some time for you. Even if you can get one house putting your symbol on their house per village, that's the beginning, because you are not even doing that today.
True.
So this is a very, very important point, and some of you may agree with me, some of you may disagree with me. Please do so in a polite way, by way of comments, because I've spent 6-7 days on the road. That's all I saw. And I'm saying, how did they even get 11% vote? That is the takeaway. Without this subliminal messaging, BJP managed 11% vote. So there is a positive takeaway, but you can multiply it 2 times. Try this thing. Make sure. And also, I did not see any of the flags of BJP that Annamalai promised. He said that he will erect 5,000 flags in a matter of 3 months. I did not see anything. If anything, I saw some Indian flags. I saw some Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam flags. I did not see ADMK flags. Just giving a rounding out the observation. So my concern is this thing has to be addressed head on. I hope Mr. Annamalai is listening. Of course, we always give unasked for advice. He didn't ask us for this, but this is something that he can do and monitor while he is taking courses in UK. This is just my 2 cents. So let's move on to the next topic. Version number XX of Rahul Gandhi. Now he's a fighter.
So yeah, so we all called him a Pappu. I still regard him as a Pappu, right? In fact, it's not a bad or derogatory word. It is to say that you still act kiddish, right? What happened after he became an LOP? An image is being trying to be created around the aura being created to say that he's a big fighter. He's just ripping apart the government. Government is speechless. So in the run-up to the president, thanks to the president, motion of thanks to the president for starting the new parliament session, and even in the budget session speech, Rahul Gandhi definitely managed to garner enormous amount of mind space. I'm not going to take away that. But is this a decorum of the parliament that was donned by people like 𝗤𝙧𝙤𝙪 and others in the past, who were the leader of opposition, even to the extent of Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary from UPA, right? He was, though he was not elected, but nominated, because they didn't have the official leader of opposition that point in time, because less than 10% of the seats inside the parliament. So Rahul Gandhi is a version of Arvind Kejriwal. Arvind Kejriwal has no shame. He will lie through his teeth. And even if someone shows the mirror saying that you are lied, he will just laugh at it and then, just pass over that. Rahul Gandhi inside the parliament, lied one after the other. He was, talking about, he actually, the convention in any parliament, in the parliament, is not to carry a placard, not to carry any photos. But he just took a photo of Nirmala Sitharaman along with the revenue, the budget, architects of the budget, and then, who are creating, who are actually making halwa. That's a tradition, which I still don't know why they should do it anymore. They should probably stop that. But halwa in North India is something to celebrate, like, Kesari or Pongal, Chakra Pongal in Sweet Pongal in Tamil Nadu. Halwa is something like a North Indian tradition. So they celebrate the completion exercise of, drafting the budget. But still, he said that how many OBCs are there? How many SCs are there? How many STs are there? How many minorities are there? Least realizing someone is going to show the mirror to him to say that during Chidambaram regime, how many were there, right? So he was trying to incite a division amongst the people. And he was trying to portray that, lies after lies after lies. But his speech was rhetorically very powerful. Had it been done on a stage outside as a political rally, I'm sure that, people would have got worked up because of all this speech, but he made it inside the parliament. My worry was, as usual, BJP was keeping quiet when he was actually reeling lies after lies after lie. Nobody got up to say that, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, you pointed a picture and then immediately people can stand up and then interrupt. You pointed out a picture to ask for how many OBCs, SC, STs were there, but how many were there during when Chidambaram was the finance minister? That couple of times would have shut him down and then put him back as not a fighter material, but a Pappu. He would have derailed. You just saw one example, I think yesterday or day before, if I'm not wrong, 𝗤𝙧𝙤𝘆 was, talking some rubbish, and then Dubey got up and then said, okay, you're talking about Air India being divested from a government agency at a lower value, but what about SpiceJet? Why did you sell it for pittance? Right? Why did you buy it for pittance rather, not sell it for pittance? Right? So you were the owner of SpiceJet. And 𝗤𝙧𝙤𝘆 was caught off guard. He couldn't even, he immediately just managed the situation by saying that you are Dubey, I'm going to bring a privilege motion, and then, you are an agent of Ambani and Adani. Standard parroting of, the statements. And then he was just making, this was the actual sound he made, if you actually observed it. Because he got frustrated, his lie was caught immediately. So that is how Rahul Gandhi should have been treated. Yes, sir.
In my book, he's an unadulterated rascal. This guy is married to a Brahmin. Day in and day out, he is ranting against Brahmins. Shame on you. Back to you, sir.
Oh, Dayanidhi Maran, you mean?
Yes, Dayanidhi Maran.
Yeah. So, Rahul Gandhi is being portrayed as a fighter now. And the reason why he is portrayed as a fighter, because he has now become a leader of opposition. Fortunately or unfortunately, BJP is having 240 only. They are not having 300. Sometimes I have blessings in disguise. This is also good for BJP, in my opinion, looking back at certain things that is happening. For example, government is listening now. We talked about budget, the middle class, the perception building exercise when the budget was released. Sree Iyer ji, a couple of days back, Nirmala Sitaraman announced on the, on long-term capital gains, both the options would be given. Though I still feel that indexation is not beneficial for a long-term, for a properties. Yes, indexation would be beneficial for mutual funds. The 20% of the cases where said indexation would add value. So now she has given option of both the options to say choose whichever you want. And slowly what will happen is my good friend 𝗤𝙗𝙀 is one of the investment analysts who mentioned this, give both the options in his Twitter. So government is listening. So at least because of this, government starts to listen to public grievances coming in public social media or media like this. And they are actually collecting information, they are reacting. But what happened post Rahul Gandhi's relaunch, I don't know, like you said, nth time, he's been relaunched every time, there is an opportunity, but, once again, he fails. In fact, I remember a famous quote in by Winston Churchill, when he started talking about, first time as a parliamentarian, he got up and then started, and he was nervous. So he said, I conceive. And, 3-4 times he said, I conceive. So the opposition bench, another MP got up and then said, Mr. Churchill seemed to have conceived many times, but haven't delivered once. Right? So, but the same Winston Churchill, unfortunately, during the World War, he said 5 words. He just created a ripple effect in the society. Never, never, never give up. I think, if you read about Winston Churchill, these are some of the quotes that, yes, sir.
Viewers, there are very interesting quotes about Winston Churchill. Like him or hate him, he could really turn a phrase or two. So there was this circus company that was visiting London, and for their first show, they sent him an invite. They said, "Dear Mr. Winston Churchill, we are in town, like Barnum and Bailey or whatever, and that we would like you to come attend our show, and please bring friends, if any." The hint is that he doesn't have any friends. Right. So Churchill is not going to back down. So he replies to that. He says, "I'm sorry, I am busy today, but I will be happy to come to your show tomorrow, if any."
Yeah. So Rahul Gandhi, I'm not going to equate Rahul Gandhi with Winston Churchill. It's a disservice and to Winston Churchill. But he's been relaunched. But what is happening today in the parliament? Nishikant Dubey gave a befitting reply. Anurag Singh Thakur asked him, "Okay, you talked about caste census, and caste census. Are you willing to reveal your caste?" So people got agitated because of that. Because I don't think Rahul Gandhi can even say that which religion he belongs to, leave alone which caste he belongs to.
Sir, I think it was this guy, Anurag Thakur.
Yeah, that's what I said. Anurag Singh Thakur asked him for that. Yeah? Nishikant Dubey gave a befitting reply on other aspect, but Anurag Singh Thakur took on him on the caste census. And Nirmala Sitharaman, as usual, she said. But only my worry is they all wait for 2 days to respond. By then, the social media and the handles take Rahul Gandhi's rhetorics to the public masses, and then the response, even though powerful, high-pitched response from the treasury benches, is not making a mark on Rahul Gandhi's remarks. My only thing is they should respond immediately, like what Nishikant Dubey did to Dayanidhi Maran. They should pitch in then and there, and then kill it once and for all, so that don't give an opportunity for making a false statement as a rhetorical statement, and hence you are on a back foot. I think government, even though probably with the 240 MPs being a minority, but NDA is a majority, but being a minority strength, I think this government has become day by day stronger. Much more stronger than the 303 MPs, because when the 303 MPs were there, they were probably relaxed, and then they felt that nothing can happen to them, and now they are actually waking up to the reality. Hopefully they continue to be awake. So bringing a Waqf amendment bill is an important aspect of it. I think we should do a show on what is Waqf. Maybe concentrate on that maybe next week, Sree Iyer ji. If not, you have done any of the shows on that. We need to talk about what is.
We have not done it. We have not done it.
We need to actually talk about why this is important and what is Waqf. We need to start from there, and then say break the narrative of what the government is doing and then what the opposition is trying to create. In fact, in my opinion, the Waqf itself, this Waqf bill, I'll give my no, it has gone to the parliamentary committee for review. In the next session only it will come back and then be launched as a the amendment bill will pass through. But in my opinion, Congress, DMK, Samajwadi Party, and you name any of these opposition who are opposing this bill on the parliament will walk out when the voting happens. I'm telling you that. They will walk out because most politicians want this change to come. Some of their properties are already being taken over by Waqf. So they are the sufferers. So most politicians want this amendments to come. So what they will do is they will create a ruckus, they will create a agitation inside the parliament, outside the parliament. But when it comes to voting, they'll just fight and then walk out of it. They'll not even abstain. They'll walk out so that the bill will they'll actually give a safe passage to the bill. And this is what is going to happen. And when that happens, I think we need to expose the hypocrisy of these politicians too, sir.
Thank you, sir. We just have that interaction between Maran and Nishikant Dubey. Let's see.
Air India earlier, we would have been in profit. But you made sure you run the airline into losses and hand it over to the Tata. Sir, there was one young person, Sir Captain Gopinath. He was welcomed by the Indians because middle class people. Sir, I'm not yielding.
Not yielding. Not yielding.
Sit down. Sir, I want to talk about Captain Gopinath. Sir, Captain Gopinath. Sir, my time should be extended.
एक मिनट आप क्या बोलना चाहते हैं? मैं ये कह रहा हूँ कि एयर इंडिया तो सरकार ने बेचा जी, स्पाइस जेट तो इनकी कंपनी थी, इन्होंने कितने घाटे में बेचा ये इनको बताना चाहिए.
Sir, let him prove that it was owned by me. Mr. Nishikant Dubey, this is a privilege motion.
No, please.
Do not try to come. You are an agent. You are an agent of Ambani.
Please continue. And conclude.
Sir, my flow stops, sir. Sir. Sir.
What happened?
Sir, they don't own any.
This is exactly the way you should stop someone on their tracks, especially when they are making a bullshit statement. I think this is, you need to empower some of these people in the parliament to democratically oppose. I'm not saying that, you just do the same drama like the opposition. Democratically oppose, keep the decorum, at the same time, bring in immediate responses that will actually, stop them from making falsehood statements. Yes, sir. Over to you.
Thank you so much, sir. I again, all I can tell is these are all, I won't say the word. It starts with C and ends with S, 6 letters. You guys can fill it up. And they know that they have run the course. If you can't defend your record, then you are living in a glass house. Don't throw stones.
Yeah.
So long and short of it is they all are there because of other factors. And I told you one of the factors, subliminal messaging. Let's start there. BJP need to start there. Please do this. You have unlimited resources. In fact, I would say you have 10 times more money than DMK has. If you want to really spend it, start doing it on these things. And there is no shortcut. I have heard somewhere people say that even if Modi had campaigned, like the way Annamalai had campaigned, that means he treated Tamil Nadu like a Lok Sabha election and he campaigned left and right, north to south and east to west. It might have resulted in a 2% increase in vote share. 2% for the biggest voice of BJP. Okay, that's how much of a hole BJP finds itself in. Or let's put it that way, this is not a hole, but the other side is a mountain. So you got to climb the mountain.
Yeah.
So whichever way you take it, I'm giving positive vibes here. So I'm telling you, these are all important too. YouTube, social media fighting is only for a few. But when subliminal messaging goes, they will listen to YouTube, but they'll still go and vote for DMK because that is in front of them. They walk 10 houses to go to the voting booth. On 9 houses, what are they going to see? Same symbol. Please understand, this is what BJP is up against. I'm sure they can crack this thing. You just need dogged, persistence. Don't give up. Don't give up. Just keep going after again and again and again and again. See, people will get enticed with money. If DMK gives you 150 rupees per symbol per month, give them 200 rupees. Give them 500 rupees. Break in first. Don't give this to all the houses. Give it to 5 houses. They will take it from you. Pick your houses strategically. Like if there is a crossroads, put it there because more people will see it. I'm telling you, you can do this thing and you can break this citadel. These are gas bags, in my opinion. Over to you, sir.
Yeah. I think, you put it in right perspective. There is a need for BJP to resurrect. And then, in my opinion, the Maharashtra, Haryana election is going to show how they are, resurrecting from the Lok Sabha losses. Have they learned some of their lessons? Are they listening to the common public? or are they still living in an ivory tower? In my opinion, slowly the reality started to set in, and then listening to the common public, they are actually trying to make certain communications. I think communication is key, very, very key here, Sree Iyer ji. And then, the more you communicate, more you prepare the people, I think that is where the, crux is. What the opposition is doing, the deep state funded, deep state advised opposition, they are trying to destabilize. So what happens in Bangladesh was attempted in India. Using the Shine Bar protest and then farmers protest to actually garrow the capital, right? Just garrow the capital, isolate the capital. It is like a coup defeat. That's what was trying, the last 5 years they attempted. One significant difference that the deep state is now failing to understand is the patriotism of the public, right? They may create as many divide based on the religion. They may create as many divide based on the caste, OBC, SC, STs, forward caste, and all those stuff. But the patriotism still holds good. The patriotism of the army. I remember when Mrs. Gandhi asked 𝗤𝙗𝙤𝙀𝘆, the field marshal, do you think that you can take over coup defeat and then take over the government? And the response from Mr. Manaksha was, do you think that army cannot? But we will not. I think that was a very powerful statement. What happened in Pakistan and Bangladesh, why it will not happen in India is, even if the worst of the leadership, even during emergency, the army and defense forces stood by the government of the day. They don't give a damn who is in power, which party is in power, who is the prime minister. Their allegiance is to the supreme commander, the president, who actually will listen to the cabinet if it has to be, but they stand by the government of the day. They never ever try to attempt to do the coup defeat or rebel against the government. That's the discipline which is Sanatanic, in my opinion. I think that is what the deep state is failing to understand. When they tried this in Tunisia, Egypt, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, and everything, India, it's not going to be that. They can create as much divide as they want, minorities versus majority, and all those things. They can try to do that, but not here. So I'll pause here. I'll stop here, sir, and then we can quickly jump into some questions.
Yes, one thing that we need to keep in mind, viewers, those of you who are not from Tamil Nadu, this is a fairly developed state. I think after Maharashtra and Gujarat, perhaps maybe Karnataka and Tamil Nadu are almost all at par. You will not find one thatched roof house. You will not find one thatched roof house. Everything is built up. Even if single room house, even that guy will have a TV, cable going in. That means he has a cable TV. That person will have two wheel. At least he'll have a cycle. So this is a fairly well-developed state, which is why I'm spending so much time on trying to tell you that despite all these things, the people are industrious and entrepreneurial, which is why TASMAC poses a bigger danger to the future of Tamil Nadu than even the Dravida parties, the way they are going. I don't know how that is going to be reversed. I hope Annamalai has some plans on that, but for that he needs to come to power. So we'll see, wait and see how that goes. Thank you so much, sir. We can talk about Tamil Nadu for a long time, but some small steps, some significant steps that will always keep going forward. So let's wait and see how this goes. Some questions for you. We have a back-to-back Tamil program also, and I'll be expanding in more detail about the areas I went and things like that. So that if you understand Tamil, please do come back for that. Let's have some questions now. Srikanth Iyer wants to know. Rohit Akshay wants to know. Jai Sriram. One of the amendments of Waqf law states that the district collector evaluates a property before deeming it to be a Waqf land. What are the criteria to evaluate a Waqf land?
Sir, importantly, I want to talk about, Rohit, is the Waqf Act 1995 amendment. I'll take 2 minutes, sir, because since this topic came up. The Waqf is a donation given by any practicing Islamist for the benefit of the community. It was created post-independence, especially because there are a lot of property left behind by Muslims when the partition happened, when Indian Muslims went to Pakistan, and what would happen to their property. And of course, the Hindus who are coming back were settled there. At the same time, many of these were given to created a Waqf board and then given to them. And the Waqf in Sharia law is to actually provide for property management for the upliftment of the community or the Muslim population. So here, 1995 Narasimha Rao government amended with a draconian change where they don't have to go and inform or provide any proof of that the land belongs to the Waqf board. All they need to do is just go and tag it and then tell the the registrar office, and then that becomes a Waqf land. So let me explain with a small example. If there is an acreage of land that one owns, and then that has one survey number, because it all comes under one survey number, and a portion of it is sold to say a Muslim, and then that person gifts that to Waqf board. Say for example, I say 5 cents or 10 cents is sold, and then that 10 cents is given to Waqf board. So what happens when that portion is sold? It is going to be in the same survey number /1 or /2, something like that is going to be identified. But the moment the Waqf board goes and registers saying that this survey number belongs to Waqf, the entire 90%, remaining 90%, also considered as a Waqf land, because the survey number split doesn't happen. So like this, and the owner of that property doesn't even know that this has been tagged. Only when the owner goes to sell it, then the registrar office tells him or her, go and get a NOC from Waqf board. When you go to and the law amendment that happened in 1995, why it is draconian is nobody can approach court for resolution, remediation. It is only the Waqf tribunal which will decide. So Waqf decide which land belongs to them. Waqf tribunal decides whether it is a genuine. They don't have to give any proof of that it belongs to Waqf. They just need to notify. But 2014 there was an amendment that came, but still that amendment also made it much more worse for the people. And now more than 85,000 cases like this where Waqf has claimed. In Tirutchendurai, a year or so back, my good friend 𝗤𝙗𝙗 Sriram's village.
2022, sir.
2022. 22 in near Trichy, like this, a 1,500-year-old temple was declared as a in the Waqf land. How can it be, right? So in short, the amendment, one of the amendment that is coming is Waqf board cannot decide which property belongs to them. Second, Waqf board have to go and maintain a register with the district collectorate that which are all their property. Today, there is no register that is available for a public viewing to say, here are the 10 properties in this place that is a Waqf land. So they need to go and register it. They need to document it. And they need to go and give a proof that why this property is a Waqf land. So it is all a protection that is coming in. And there are several other criteria. Not everybody can go and give donate it. Someone has to be a practicing Muslim for at least 5 years. And only his property or her property, they can go and donate it. And then once that is donated, it becomes a Waqf property. And Waqf board cannot just let that go and tag it in the register office saying that, okay, here are all the land that I am able to see from my naked eye are all belong to Waqf. They can't say that. They need to go and prove documentary evidence had to be given saying that why this is a Waqf land. I only hope that when this law comes in, it comes in with actually the 1995 and 2013 law are repealed and then the new law is coming. So I just only hope that it just replaces 1995 and then with the retrospective effect so that all the pending cases are all closed once and for all. Let's wait and see.
Thank you, sir. And in my book, this was 𝗤𝙗𝙗's Waqf was 𝗤𝙗𝙗's Mandal moment.
Yeah.
Next question, please. Thank you so much, Shyam Tarun, for your super sticker. Srikant Iyer wants to know, Sriramji, can a difference of opinion in Bangladesh goings on cause exits from the Congress? They have smelled blood, yeah. They won't. If there is anything, they'll come back. They'll come back.
Yeah, exactly. And see, Congress would be at least, some of the members of the Congress would be hoping that something similar happens in India. Salman Khurshid made a statement. What happens in Bangladesh will happen in India. I think that's a wishful thinking that he wants to reveal that what is their secret, thinking behind. See, what happens in Bangladesh, of course, it is created by the US for sure. No, there's no doubt about it. But China is going to be the biggest sufferer, because the 𝗤𝙗𝙗𝗔𝐼 and BNP party, which will emerge as eventually whenever the election happens as a party to govern the state, govern the country. 𝗤𝙗𝙗𝙗 is controlled by ISI. So China has to depend on Pakistan to control Bangladesh. Otherwise, China has a significant amount of investment in Bangladesh. Saint Martin Island, US is targeting to make it into a defense or their naval base. I think China is going to be troubled by that. Though China has helped in this particular ousting of Sheikh Hasina, but they are going to be the biggest sufferers. And for India, it opens up 4 states borders, that is with Bangladesh, for infiltration. Especially 8 lakh Rohingya Muslims are there, which Bangladesh will unleash. The current, whichever the regime comes in, will unleash to exit them out, because nobody wants Rohingya Muslims to settle in their country. So they'll try to push them out of Bangladesh and then send them to India. So I think India has to be very, very cautious. That is why they are not allowing the exodus of Hindus also to come in, because in that pretext, the Rohingyas also will enter India. So they have to be very, very cautious about it. While we sympathize with the Hindus, we also need to protect our land.
Ananda Gopalan Kidambi wants to know, Sriram sir, I find DMK and ADMK Dravidian parties are less obstructive to Annamalai than the Dravida BJP leaders. Your views?
No, absolutely. But see, DMK is a bit afraid of Annamalai because the stride he is making, because he is making the same politics that they were doing. And, he was able to garner an alliance in spite of knowing that, there is not going to be a tremendous victory in the parliament election. And ADMK was brought to an extent, brought to its knees, because ADMK's adventurism. Within ADMK, there is a big fight that is happening, which is but silent. It is not very public, but some places it is emerging little bit public emergence of this fights that is coming out, because of Edappadi's decision to break ties, and then he is not able to attract the alliances. So people are questioning Edappadi's leadership. It's not still a big public, fight that but naturally 2026 it is going to have a bearing on that. Southern districts, ADMK is losing its forte and foot, and then BJP is gaining. So all these actually agitates DMK, no doubt about it. At this point in time, DMK's alliance stays strong, and that is a winnable combination, no doubt about it. But within BJP, they have always been they've always tasted power and their allegiance to Dravidian parties. So they are not able to come to terms. They need to believe in themselves. You're right in saying that, DMK and ADMK are less obstructive than the Dravidian BJP within the BJP.
Next one. There is a Sanskrit saying that's coming to my mind, but it's not appropriate to share it here. Prasanna Venkatesh wants to know, sir, what's your opinion on EPS's recent statement regarding Tamil Nadu TV channels debate?
See, he is right in making that statement. He's actually right. Okay. He was even asking a very pertinent question, saying, had media been a true journalistic, lived their journalistic ethos, would they not be challenging the government on so many atrocities that is happening within Tamil Nadu? So many things that are going wrong in Tamil Nadu. The illicit liquor, the ganja availability of narcotics within Tamil Nadu, and the political murders that has been happening. So your media has to make the government of the day accountable. But today, the media acts as a hand-in-glove stooge. They are not even challenging them. They try to divert. See, recently, how are they diverting some of the attention that otherwise should have been garnered? They say, where is the metro second phase funding for Tamil Nadu in the budget? Second phase metro, government of Tamil Nadu, to my understanding, has not even given a proposal to the central government for asking for a funding. Go to metro second phase website. It says it is a state-funded project. So when it is state-funded project, when you declare it as a state-funded project, how can you say that central government is not funded? You put up all the maps saying that Tamil Nadu has got a 0 for metro funding. And as usual, they apply sticker. The Pamban Bridge had been constructed at a 550 crore funding from central government. And then someone is saying that, it's a state government is doing that. I even, tweeted sarcastically saying that, Varga DMK, they brought the railway under the state government's regime, right? So to that extent, the state government is acting, and EPS is right in stating that the debates are toxic. In fact, to a major extent, I'm not participating in the debates because the subject is still not on the public issues, still not on, challenging some of the government of the days, the problems that are happening. Still, they are just saying that will Annamalai be replaced, or what is the infight happening in ADMK, but nothing about the government and government's failure. I think I know that's why I'm very, very choosy on the subjects that I go to TV debates also, and I'm just staying away from TV debates for obvious reasons.
Next one, please. 𝗣𝗽𝗍 wants to know, sir, do you think Annamalai can overpower DMK in Tamil Nadu in coming years?
See, it is going to be a Herculean task. Be it Annamalai or BJP, it is going to be a Herculean task. It is not just a clear walkover. Only way that DMK will lose is their alliance should break. At this point in time, they have a formidable alliance. Or there has to be an enormous opposition alliance, DMK, ADMK, BJP coming to terms, AMMK being part of it, Sashikala, OPS, everybody being part of it, even to the extent if Naam Tamizhar Katchi is being part of it, DMK can be thrown. At this juncture, the current DMK alliance enjoys the numerical numbers. They may not enjoy the sentimental or emotional numbers, but the numerical numbers, that's sufficient for forming the government in 2026. So Annamalai can overpower, but it is going to take time. It will be as I was telling, 3 elections at least, people will start believing you. But 2026 or even now, just dump everything and then go and align and then be a junior partner in Tamil Nadu under ADMK. People are going to write off BJP once and for all. Even the staunch supporters will write off BJP once and for all, and then they'll also become a Dravidian party supporter than a BJP supporter.
Maithili wants to know, Jaya Bachchan's spat with Dhankar is a blot on our parliamentary democracy. Your views, sir?
So, I think, Jaya Bachchan is proving Aishwarya Rai's difficulties, right? Jaya Bachchan in her application has stated very clearly, Jaya Amitabh Bachchan. So when the leader of Rajya Sabha, Speaker of the Rajya Sabha, calls her Jaya Amitabh Bachchan, Srimati Jaya Amitabh Bachchan, it is not an intimidation. So what is wrong if you are called Jaya Amitabh Bachchan? That is a record. You can then go and amend the record to say that hereafter I am called as Mrs. Jaya Bachchan only, not Jaya Amitabh Bachchan. She is just trying to create an issue out of it, and she was trying to say, I am an actor, and then so actually she derailed from the parliamentary democracy. She said, the vice president, who is a speaker or a colleague, Vice President is not a colleague, my dear Jaya Bachchan. So he is above the parliament, right? Actually, he is a speaker of the Rajya Sabha, but he is not elected by the Rajya Sabha to be, he is also elected by the Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, other legislators. But, Jaya Bachchan actually was wanting to create some issue out of it, and then she just used that. So go and amend your record saying that, her name is Jaya Bachchan, not Jaya Amitabh Bachchan. So what Mr. Dunkar did was right. He called out what is there in the record.
Thank you so much, sir. That brings us to a close of today's program. We'll be back in just 5 minutes in Tamil with Sri Sriram Seshadri. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And if you understand Tamil, please do join us back then. Thank you, sir. Namaskar.
Namaskar, sir.